Hey, it's Nikki Jensen.
And Brie Piccone.
And we're
Late to the Party,
a weekly podcast on film, fashion, and pop culture from two best friends mentally at prom doing the Rockefeller skank dance in 1999.
Dude, okay, this movie. So
we are talking about She's All That.
Yeah, we're talking about She's All That, which I have never seen. I'm very late to the party on this.
This movie's defined my whole entire life.
Has it? Did you, like, how... When was the first time you saw this movie?
I have a storied history with She's All That. When I was a little kid, I would be at the Blockbuster, like, when they'd play it, like, sneaking to watch the TVs.
Mm-hmm.
Because I was just fascinated by She's All That. I don't know. I thought Rachel Lee Cook was the prettiest girl in the world. I thought Freddie Prinze Jr. was the hottest man in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing has changed, by the way.
Yeah.
Also, I saw the movie poster, which is the iconic, orange and purple, and Rachel Lee Cook is wearing just this, like, simple, like, normcore style black 90s dress. But I just saw her, and I was like, that's what I'm going to be when I grow up.
You just knew. You're like, that's me.
I thought, that's it. And I was like, oh.
I'm waiting for you to get that bomb.
It's probably, we've been talking about
we
it.
have.
Don't be surprised. And also, Kiss Me.
Kiss Me, yeah.
Is one of my favorite songs of all time. It's synonymous with this movie.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just was always obsessed. And then, long story longer, when I was in college, I have my degree in theater, but I had this class, like this audition class, where everyone went around the room and was like, what's your type? We had to tell each other in the class what our, like, type was, to
like
be
what
cast.
You would be, like, if someone was casting you, like,
yes.
that's...
And I got all around the room, not to age myself, but it was like around the time Scream Queens came out, so I got a lot of Emma Roberts. They were like, you are a bitch, you're a mean girl and you're a bitch.
I love it.
But then I got one girl was like, Nikki, you're like Rachel Lee Cook and She's All That. You wear glasses and you think you're like this nerdy, like, artsy type. And then you take off your glasses and everyone's like, whoa, she's hot. And it's so annoying. And she made it so derogatory. But inner me was like, that's been my whole mission my whole entire life.
You're like, that is me, actually.
Like, thank you. Like, this is what I said at, like, 5 years old.
I feel seen.
Yeah, it's like truly seen. So, anyways.
And you do have glasses. And you can take them off when you want.
And it does happen. If you start wearing glasses.
Oh my God. Quick story.
Yeah.
So out where I work, we have a little photo wall of, like, who works there. And there's a photo of me wearing glasses. And I also have a shorter haircut in the photo. But someone was like, oh, I don't see you up on this board. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's me. I have shorter hair there. He's like, oh, yeah, you do. And you're wearing glasses. I couldn't tell that was you. And I'm like,
it's the Clark Kent, like, Superman thing, I guess.
It's so real. It's so funny.
Which we will talk about this makeover scene.
Yeah.
Because not only is it actually iconic, but it does prove a point.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
sure.
I think a lot of She's All That, as an adult, is realizing, like, this movie doesn't really go heavy-handed on the tropes. Mm-hmm. It's just such a marker of the time in the modern-day rom-com that everyone spoofed it.
Yeah.
Like, to me, watching She's All That, besides bits and pieces, it's like watching The Matrix. Because growing up, I saw all these movies that parody The Matrix or was inspired by The Matrix.
Yeah.
So when you finally see the real thing, it's like tame, or it's like not as big of a deal, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up, I saw Not Another Teen Movie before She's All That.
Yeah. I've seen that movie too, like, maybe once. Yeah. But there's a lot of movies that have this, like, the same kind of trope, I think.
And it's way more heavy-handed. So
way
watching this
more.
movie,
yeah,
it's like, oh, okay, they're playing on the trope already, because this is based on, like a Pygmalion or a My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
So a tale as old as time, but it's just wild. Anyways, I probably watched this movie in full a couple years ago. What about you? What's your
never seen this movie till the other day. It was my first time, and I feel like, yeah, like I've been under a rock, like I'm late to the party, you know?
This is what this podcast is all about.
I know. And it's one of those things, like, from the poster, I had no idea really what it would be about until obviously you look it up and you're like, oh, that's what. But like just from the poster alone, I always thought like she was all that. Like I thought she was like someone that was like maybe bossy or like going around. You know what I mean? Like maybe she was gonna be the mean girl or something. But I don't know. But I was wrong. Like I really do like this movie though. True. I enjoyed it a lot. I mean, there's so much to love. Just like even just the cast. Like I don't know what we want to get into first.
Let's talk about that first. It's a star-studded cast.
Star-studded. There's so many. Usher. That was a surprise. Lil' Kim. I was not expecting that. When I saw her name on the credits, I was like, I had to do a double take. I'm like, hold up. This movie's gonna be fun. Like
truly.
And then like who else? Oh, Kieran Culkin is the brother.
Anna Paquin as the little sister.
Oh yeah, she's a baby in this. Just this little sassy baby.
Gabrielle Union.
Yeah.
Matthew Lillard.
I love him.
Paul Walker.
Yeah.
Alexis Arquette's even in it, and Mila Ventimiglia is in it.
I saw that. He
boy.
Just pops in there. I love that. I love seeing Mila Ventimiglia just anytime.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry too. By the way.
It's okay.
My sinuses, but it's because I'm getting teary-eyed. I'm thinking about Lil' Kim in her pivotal role, and she's all that.
I knew it. You're so moved.
And he's like Usher as the DJ.
No, I love how he's just like DJing, doing the morning announcement. He's just like, that was a fun element.
I really loved that too.
Yeah,
it's so funny though, based on everything we've been talking about. As a kid, I didn't watch She's All That, but I watched the hell out of A Cinderella Story.
Yes, I was thinking about A Cinderella Story because there's a lot of parallels as far as like the main character, like how she has a transformation. And also another thing like I noticed is there's like these scenes at the end when they do like the dance together. It's always by themselves. The couples are by themselves in a courtyard of sorts.
Yep.
Maybe there's one person watching, maybe nobody, but it's like there's lights. There's always lights somehow. It's like magical, but
beautiful.
I'm like, did this start with She's All That, or where did this start? Because I don't know. I don't know how far back that goes, but She's All That did that. So did A Cinderella Story. So did Twilight.
So did Princess Diaries.
So did Princess Diaries. Are all of them tied to She's All That?
I think the modern day rom-com, it is so influenced by She's All That.
It has to be.
It's actually crazy.
Yeah, I'm like, I just had a whole like, I don't know. I was thinking about it, just stewing in it. And I'm like,
blueprint.
Yeah, I think it is.
Shout out to Robert Escove.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to Phil.
To Phil, cousin. I know. Is that his cousin? I was like, wait, are they related? Because I figured, but I
knew Phyllis Cove from podcasts like It's 1992 was a Nepo baby.
I know.
Robert Escove also directed from Justin to Kelly, which is wild.
Justin to Kelly. What is
Kelly Clarkson and Justin Guarini?
Oh, yes.
Which it's a crazy filmography, but Robert Escove did start as a choreographer, so it kind of shows.
Yeah. Did he choreograph the Rockefeller Skank?
One can hope. But shout out to Robert Escove because he really did make the movie that was the rom-com blueprint.
No, I love it.
He deserves his flowers. I don't know. Maybe he's problematic or what, but
I don't know. I can't say. I don't know. You can't find a lot of information about him. I tried.
I don't know the man, but
get Phil on. We'll ask him.
I know.
Or not.
Oh,
Dule Hill.
Yes.
Sam the Onion Man. That's how I know him.
Yes.
From Holes.
Oh my God. That's who he is. Brie. Okay. Throughout this whole entire movie, I was like, this man, I know him in my core.
Yes.
And I Googled him like briefly and I just saw The West Wing and I was like, I've never seen The West Wing.
Sam the Onion Man. That's what came up and I was like, oh my God, that's Sam. Because I remember having a crush on Sam as a kid watching Holes.
You and Patricia Arquette, really. You're like, I love the act and Patricia Arquette. I see the parallels. So, is it Drew Hill?
Is that how you say his name?
I think so.
I thought it was Dule. Am I
Dule?
saying his name wrong?
Dule?
Hold
How
on.
do you pronounce it?
Hold on. I gotta look because I might have to. I thought it was Dule. I don't see an R in there. That's a silent.
I made that up. I've also said
Nikki, I feel like it's just so gaslit by you sometimes. What did you say that one time? I still won't forget. It was the funniest thing. We had a guest on.
No, I said what's her face was Ursula,
Ursula,
the
yeah.
Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
It
you
was
said
like
someone.
the mom in
Yeah.
Bridesmaids. It was not. It's Pat Carroll.
We were all like, what? Really?
I gaslit myself though.
You're like, I believe these lies I'm telling. I love it.
Dule Hill is your celebrity crush.
I mean, he's pretty cute, and he was cute as Sam the Onion Man, which I don't know. I guess that's his name. It's funny that that's his character's name. I always just thought it was Sam, but Sam the Onion. I mean, he grew onions.
That's
So
true. Oh, they gave him the Onion
that was
Man?
the credit. The Onion Man. Yeah.
Wow. Well, he's great. I feel very validated. Thank you, Brie.
Yeah. And then Sarah Michelle Gellar makes that appearance.
She does.
A quick appearance.
She declined some cracked pepper from Karen Culkin.
She did. She said she didn't say anything, actually. She just like turned away. Apparently she didn't want to say any lines. That was her agreement. She was like, I'm not saying any lines.
Well, too, the high school they shot She's All That was the same as Buffy. And I know you're a Buffy fan.
I love Buffy. Yeah, I did notice it looked familiar, but I didn't put that together right away.
Gave Sunnyvale vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a big school.
But it also looks like this is like not the lies we've been told, but every teen rom-com from like the late 90s to like the mid 2000s has a maybe they all shot at the Buffy high school.
Maybe they did.
But like this movie and A Cinderella Story and a couple others give like this impression of high school and how it's gonna look and just
I was
everything
sorely
about it.
disappointed. My high school didn't look nothing like that.
Same. There was no like social hierarchy
Yeah.
like this because She's All That's predicated on a social hierarchy.
Right. Yeah.
Like, how would you describe the premise if She's All That?
I would say dorky artsy girl Laney Boggs is, I don't know, bothered by a varsity soccer player. Period. Just leave it at that. She's harassed and she's bothered. She's like, I got time. But no, I don't know. That was just off the cuff. I'm trying to think. I mean,
it is about
it's a bet. It starts out as a bet. So,
Yep, it's about like a dorky, like artsy girl named Lady Boggs, played by Rachel Lee Cook.
Yes.
Who her mom just died, and she's kind of a socialite.
Not just.
Okay, well, she's grieving like.
Shouldn't she be? Oh no, I'm just kidding. Just like turn into Lily. Have you seen those like? Speaking of like Princess Diaries, have you seen those like analyses? It's like she was a bad friend to Mia.
It's been 2 months. Aren't you over it already? Well, her mom, she's still grieving the death of her mother.
Yeah.
Let's put it that grief has no time frame.
Yeah, that's true. No, I know.
You can't. Who knows a long amount of time or the short amount of time she's grieving. Homegirl's grieving.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways, she's approached by varsity jock Freddie Prinze Jr. or Zach Seiler.
Yeah.
Because of this bet that he and his friends Drew A. Hill and Paul Walker have that Zach Seiler can make anyone popular because he just got broken up by his really popular girlfriend. This is a very convoluted.
I know. I'm like, wait, Nick, you're doing like the kind of descriptions I do. Hey, you always give me a
okay. No, it is about an artsy loner girl named Laney Boggs who gets approached by Zach Seiler, the most popular boy in school.
Yeah. After he's been broken up with by the most popular girl in school.
Yes. But the bet is that Zach Seiler, played by Freddie Prinze Jr., can make any girl in the school the most popular, prettiest girl in school. And he's proven right. And he's a nice dude. And he's a performance artist.
He does it all.
He
a
really
hacky
does.
sacker. Professional hacky sacker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also smart. In the beginning of the movie when, I'm going to say like the actors' names, but when Laney's like, I can't help you. I'm not smart.
Oh, that took me out when he goes, girl, I wasn't even gonna, he's like, hold up. That's not what I was gonna ask you anyway.
I'm gonna go to Dartmouth, bitch. That's what
he did. He was like, my GPA is higher than yours. He was like, it's higher than everyone.
He's the 4th highest GPA in the class.
Like, he really didn't have to flex like that. I was like, damn.
Well, he is so confident, but so right in his confidence.
Yeah.
I don't know. There is like a charm. Can we talk about Freddie Prinze Jr.
He's
for a
very
second?
charming. very charming.
They
I'm
don't-
so jealous of Sarah Michelle.
Truly.
Like, dang, she snatched him up.
She knew.
Yeah.
She knew. They just don't make him like Freddie Prinze Jr. anymore.
Mm-mm.
I was talking about this earlier. We don't, growing up and even now, we don't have someone like Freddie Prinze Jr. who's like, maybe Jacob Elordi's the biggest.
Yeah, but he
comparison,
doesn't
but-
play likable characters.
No.
That's the thing. He could be. I honestly think he could be, and I would love to see him play a likable character, so I wouldn't feel guilty about being like, "Ooh, he's kind of hot." You know what I mean? Because I feel like he
But-
plays these like the characters like they have like moral ambiguity or something. You know what I'm saying? Which is interesting, but
Well, he's hung up on being an actor's actor. Freddie Prinze Jr.
yeah, which is cool. I can
Doesn't,
respect
no.
that.
For sure.
But yeah, I hear what you're saying. It's like a Matthew McConaughey.
Yes.
You know, I love that he's just like he's not doing anything too serious.
No, but he's so sweet. Like Freddie Prinze Jr. I feel like I'm one of those people that's like, I was born in the wrong generation. But like Gen Xers or like elder millennials really had it. Like I get why they're so insufferable now because they had the goods.
Yeah, and now the goods are gone.
Now the goods are gone, and now we have a whole podcast where we're like, how can we get those goods back?
Yeah.
And we're like trying to like soak up any morsels of those like 4 years of the 90s we had on this earth. Just like try to cipher it from them, you know? But they don't make stars like Freddie Prinze Jr. anymore or Matthew Lillard.
Oh my gosh, I love Matthew Lillard.
He's so, there's no,
He's obnoxious.
he's obnoxious. He's different. I don't know any star in the past 20 years that it can be comparable to Matthew Lillard.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, that just has... He does have, like, some charisma. But it's, like, he can also be annoying and likable at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's, like, you like to be kind of annoyed by him. You're like, okay, that's... He's goofy. Like...
So goofy. So, just the way he delivers a line is so interesting. Like, I quote on the daily him and Scream being like, I'm feeling a bit woozy here. Or, you know, I just quote him and Scream all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Which is also a film that changed the way horror movies have been for the past almost 30 years.
True.
She's all that too. How is he? Who was his agent in the 90s?
And was it the same as Freddie Prinze Jr.? Because they were in a lot of movies together. And they were in, what was that?
Scooby-Doo?
They were-
Wing Commander.
Wait, they were Scooby-Doo! Oh my god, I didn't realize. That's because Fred with the blonde hair. That's why he had blonde hair. I saw this photo of Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh.
And I'm like, when did he have blonde hair? Because like him and Sarah Michelle Gellar both were blonde. And I was like, when did this happen? Why were they both blonde? That's right, Fred.
Mhm.
Wow. And Matthew Lillard was Shaggy. That's wild.
It's I know.
I was
It's
thinking,
awesome.
what was the other one where he's like, where Freddie Prinze Jr. is on the lawnmower? He's like,
Oh, Summer Catch.
Summer Catch. Yes.
They're
They're
together.
together. You know
Probably
what I'm saying?
the same agent, right?
Yeah. I like their
Oh.
chemistry on screen.
You too. Man. I do feel like, speaking of Jacob Elordi, we're almost like we definitely, before we saw any of those films we just mentioned starring Freddie Prinze Jr., we saw Scooby-Doo first. Like, when it came out, we're like, we were big Scooby-Doo fans.
Well, we were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truly. I still watch Scooby-Doo on the regular.
Yeah. Wait, really? On the regular? How?
I would say quarterly. I watch Scooby-Doo.
Oh, quarterly? That is pretty often. Yeah. I
The
watch it
first
every
one.
like 5 years, maybe.
Nice.
Yeah. But maybe it should be more.
Or maybe I don't know. I think with me, I think I'm
Meet
the
somewhere in
problem.
Oh.
Other cast, Rachel Lee Cook.
Oh, yeah. Rachel Lee Cook. I love her.
She carries this movie.
Yeah.
She's so charming, and I don't know. Growing up, I also, because I was such a Josie and the Pussycats stan, I thought Rachel Lee Cook was a bigger star than she was.
Same. I didn't realize that she wasn't, because she was Josie. I mean, she was the biggest star in the world to me.
Same.
Yeah.
I know, because also She's All That. I saw, all this post. I was like, this is a hit. She's in everything.
Yeah.
Little did I know, she really wasn't. She was in a movie called Antitrust with Ryan Philippe and some other movies, Josie, but she did not get like a huge bump from this movie, which is crazy. Same with Freddie Prinze. I mean, he's like steady, but I think the late 90s, and especially 1999, is so oversaturated in a good way.
Yeah. There's a lot of films. Yeah.
So it's crazy.
I don't know. This cast, amazing. All these people.
And they all went on to, I mean, who would have thought Paul Walker from this performance would go on to be a huge star? Rest in peace.
I'm going to be honest. I've never heard of him.
Oh, the Fast and the Furious guy.
Oh. See, I don't know. I've only seen Fast and Furious. I think of Vin Diesel when I hear Fast and Furious.
No shade.
No shade. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Just over this, just play "See You Again" by Wiz Khalifa and Charlie. As we shit talk Paul Walker.
I'm so sorry, Paul. I don't know. But see, that's me. That's on me. Like that's why we have this podcast, is hopefully to learn. I say to myself.
I mean, honestly, I am not really familiar with Paul Walker either.
Yeah, I was like, oh, Fast and Furious, but yeah,
and we were like, just really, I hate.
I don't hate. I will say he is a very good actor. Like, at least in this movie, I totally buy that he's like this.
Oh,
jock.
Really?
Like, yeah, he just, it makes sense.
Let's unpack this, because I did not think he was mean enough.
Really?
I didn't think he went there enough.
Oh, you think he could have gone further?
Yeah, I think he could have gone farther.
Yeah.
I think that the friend that tells Laney to go kill herself
is
way meaner than anything Paul.
Yes, that's another one that I'm like, I like her.
Yes. What was she in?
I know she was in But I'm a Cheerleader.
Okay.
And I feel like she's definitely been in other things. Like, I feel like I've seen her around, but I don't know.
Dude, our Late to the Party Pride Month is going to be lit.
Is it? Wait, yeah, we haven't thought. Wait, well, that's June.
Yeah, like, we haven't thought about that yet.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
You finally listen to Boy Genius and watch about a cheerleader.
Yeah. Let's do it.
I hear Kissing Jessica Stein is also very good.
Okay.
It's a cult classic.
Add it to the list. Yeah. But I love seeing her as like Misty, and yeah, she's got some problems. I like it. I like how she can bring darkness to her characters, though.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm so excited to see more Clea Duvall.
Yeah. I don't know. I like something about her. You know?
Does she do things nowadays?
Let's see.
Where is she?
I looked her up, but I don't remember anything that I found.
It is definitely funny that my thoughts on like, we're talking about the star-studded cast. Like, my thoughts on all these actors are very skewed because they're in this movie. I think I'm like, oh, they were the biggest stars in the world, and they still are.
No, I get it. Yeah. I mean,
well, Usher's playing the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
or he's not playing the Super Bowl.
He's gonna be in. He's gonna be on one of the teams. Just
forget Travis Kelce. Who? It's the Usher Bowl.
Oh my gosh, that'd be cool.
He's the performer for the Super Bowl.
I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know, on the loop. You know, I didn't realize how many Usher songs I knew until I watched this TikTok where they're like, complete the lyrics, and like I pretty much know all the words to like You Remind Me.
Wait, You Remind Me
of a girl that I once
knew.
Yeah. Or My Boo.
Yeah, they kind of sound similar, don't they?
You Got It Bad?
Yeah.
It's a good one. Usher's great.
I do know that's, yeah, I guess I know more Usher than I think.
Burn.
Yeah.
These Are My Confessions. Oh my god, is he gonna play? I hope he plays These Are My Confessions. Or Love in This Club.
Oh my gosh, he's definitely gonna play Love in This Club. Like, maybe at the end or something. Like, everyone get out your lighters. You know.
I hope.
And then what else?
Yeah, I don't know. I really only know the hits, but those hits hit.
I wonder how he's gonna be dancing.
You're like, I'm not coming to your movie tonight.
Yeah, I'm like, now maybe I will watch the Super Bowl just to see Usher, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
Usher.
Just remember when he was saying Usher before everything?
It's true.
Usher.
I'm surprised he didn't do it and She's All That.
Right? Same. Yeah. Do we even know his character's name? Do they ever acknowledge him? Like, by name? Or he's just like the morning announcements kid? Like, you know what I'm saying?
It's funny, though, that like Usher's character in this, no one really talks to him outside
How does he know so much?
Is he like a figment of the imagination? I do know that in one scene, I think it's the prom scene, the studio was like, you have to cut this unless you have more Usher.
The dancing scene. He's the reason it's there, is what you're saying, because if he wasn't there being like, come on, y'all, do that dance that I taught you.
Like Harvey Weinstein was going to cut it.
I heard that. He wanted a sword fight or something instead, or... Because that made more sense. I mean...
You know what, though? The most 1999 thing you can do is have a choreographed dance to Rockefeller Skank by Fatboy Slim.
Yeah. Is that also why you love this movie?
And
Rockefeller
probably.
Skank?
I love Rockefeller Skank.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a wee child. It's a bop. Fatboy Slim, those hits. They hit. He should do the Super Bowl with Usher.
With Usher, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That would be my version of, remember when elder millennials were like losing their minds when Dr. Dre and 50 Cent and all them did the Super Bowl?
Yes. I lost my mind a little bit, I'm not going to lie.
My super niche version of that is Usher and Fatboy Slim.
So they left him hanging upside down. They left 50 Cent upside down, just hanging there?
Iconic.
Oh, that is iconic. Oh, I felt like they did him a little dirty, though. I'm like, someone get him.
Harvey Weinstein would have cut that out and said, I think Dr. Dre and 50 Cent should do a sword fight.
Yeah. But yeah, Clea Duvall, I'm like trying to see if she's done anything.
I'm just genuinely curious.
Yeah. She's in a show called Poker Face. I don't know what that is.
Oh, is that with Natasha Lyonne?
Oh, yeah, that does look like Natasha Lyonne. Yeah, she was in one episode, which maybe they're friends.
Wasn't she also in But I'm a Cheerleader, Natasha Lyonne?
Yeah. She's been in The Handmaid's Tale.
Okay.
The First Lady. She's been doing like TV. She was in Veep. In 26 episodes of Veep.
Oh. So what character was she? Was like a big character. It's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. Broad City. Oh, Better Call Saul. She was in Better Call Saul.
So she's doing stuff.
Yeah, she's steady working, but yeah.
It's so interesting that her and like Matthew Lillard have taken very like interesting, like, you know, teen stars of like the 90s definitely still work a lot more than I think teen stars when we were growing up. I mean, you know, time will tell. But I think that's interesting. Clea Duvall's done all this interesting prestige TV. But so is Matthew Lillard. Like, he was in the Return, Twin Peaks The Return.
Yeah.
It's like a really serious dude, which is just interesting to see all those people. Like Julia Stiles, isn't she in, oh my god, she's in something. And she's like very serious and grown up, and it's crazy to think.
Well, good for them that they're, you know, doing so. I love to see it. You know?
Same.
Yeah.
I don't know. That makes me very happy.
Yeah, they're working.
I love it.
Yeah.
Gabrielle Union hasn't aged a day.
No.
Always working.
Right?
Truly. Also, she looks the exact same.
Out of all of them, she's the one I think is she maybe the most popular? Or, I don't know. In my mind, maybe, is this another thing where like, I mean, is she that popular?
No, she is.
She is, right? She's known.
She's
like, if you say her name, like, you know who she is.
Yeah. And I mean, arguably now, you know,
like, she's still relevant.
Gabrielle Union definitely, out of all of these stars, had the biggest career.
Yeah.
Also, Kieran Culkin has the biggest career now, which is crazy.
Get it, Kieran, I say.
Oh my god, I love Kieran Culkin.
I love I love all the Culkins.
Same. Are we doing rankings?
I don't know if that's, I mean, Macaulay's probably top.
Macaulay.
And then Kieran, right?
Kieran, Rory.
Yeah.
But those are like all, I love all of those three. I don't really know the others.
Yeah, I don't know.
Does Brenda Song count as a Culkin now that she's married to Macaulay?
No, I don't think so.
No, but I love her too.
But I do love her. Yeah.
Which, you know, Rachel Lee Cook, her character of Lady Boggs is like an amalgamation of a bunch of Winona Ryder characters.
I love that.
It's a little bit of Edward Scissorhands and a little bit of her character in Reality Bites.
That's cool to me.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, she's a little, you know, Winona Ryder plays these characters that are a little awkward. Like, I do get it, and there is some resemblance, especially with that haircut. You know what I'm saying?
God,
like that
yes.
Shorter hair. Like, I don't know. I get it.
I do too.
I like that.
Yeah.
Another thing, which I'm sure you were going to bring this up anyways, but like, what is with all the Hanson references in this movie? Like, who was so obsessed with Hanson that they had to like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Zach Seiler, Zach Hanson.
Taylor as, Hanson photos in like that when Taylor, they
do hand out like a headshot of
headshots.
Like Hanson. It has to be such an of its time thing that in our 2024 brain it might be hard to fathom. Yeah, because it's hard for me to really fathom. Because I noticed that too. I'm like, what's up with the Hanson references? And then I tried to do some research, and I was like, oh, Oop Bop was huge in '97.
Yeah.
But this is January 99, so maybe it's written in 98. I tried to do all the mental gymnastics.
Yeah.
But whoever was a teen in the 90s, I'm sure knows and felt that in their core. Mm-hmm. And I respect that. Yeah. It's just not for me to know. But I'm glad that other people know.
Yeah.
Right. They include it.
I do too. I do like it. I like the pop culture references. Like, I
don't understand, but I stand.
Yeah. It's fun. Like, there's so many things happening in this movie. Just, like, pop culture wise, you know?
And some of it hits. Some of it, like, doesn't exactly.
Yeah.
But it hits enough. I think this movie also shot very well.
Yeah.
I don't remember the budget, but there is something about this movie that is so 1999 in one breath, but also so timeless in another.
Mm-hmm. Like, it's not, like, cheesy or something, or, like, shot weird, like, sketchy looking, like, how some movies can be. Like,
we've seen some movies that we thought were going to be iconic, and that were, like, edited crazy.
Yeah. Or, like, oh, man, what? I'm trying to think of that one movie. Hold on, maybe it's up here.
Jawbreaker is not edited well.
Yeah, that's true. Jawbreaker, like, visually it's pretty iconic, like, as far as, like, the still photos and stuff, and the fashion and the colors they use, but then the way it could have been chopped up a little better.
Truly. Or I always think of that one scene in Serendipity where time goes by, but I just think that's hilarious. I love that.
It is. They, you know, I noticed something, like, in the 90s, they use a lot of, like, what's that word? Like, not flash, maybe flash, like, oh, what is it? When time lapse.
Time lapse.
They use a lot of time lapse. Yeah, it was kind of nice that there was no time lapse.
Truly. It doesn't date itself as much because I think they don't time lapse.
Yeah, I agree.
But I know it's like a shorthand for, like, it's supposed to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
I think, right?
What? Time lapse?
Yeah. It's
time
like
lapses are funny?
I don't know. I assumed.
I thought they were serious.
Funny. Oh, okay.
I don't know.
We're reading this wrong. Maybe we just... I'm trying to give a benefit of a doubt. I'm like, this is just comedy, right? This was 90s comedy.
I always thought the intention was to be kind of serious, like, ooh, time's passing. But then it's like, it ends up being kind of funny because it's over the top. This is how I take it. But I don't know. It might depend.
We need to take a time machine and find out.
Like, ask some directors.
Talk to the source. You know a Gen Xer. You have a close personal relationship with a 45-year-old. You got to ask him.
I've asked him about.
What does he say?
I don't know. He's like, yeah, they used time. That's all they had. That's all the technology. Like, something about technology at the time being limited. So I like to speed things up and slow things down. Because we're talking about music videos.
Was it a flex?
I think it was a flex for a time. Yeah.
But like a time lapse, this is getting in the weeds, but like a time lapse in a music video reads differently
than in a movie. Yes, yeah. So I don't know about movies. Yeah,
the hard-hitting issues.
I know. Got to get to the bottom of it. I'll report back.
Because a time lapse in a music video, like a Criminal by Fiona Apple or that one like Everclear song, it's serious, and I understand that intent. I just don't understand it in film.
Yeah. If it's too sped up, it just loses me.
It's funny, right?
It just is funny.
Or super serious. But then that's also funny.
Yeah. I don't know. What about the movie Click? No, I'm just kidding. Just like, put us further in the weeds. You can the fast forward, the reverse. Anyway.
Adam Sandler invented the time lapse.
So this movie. Well, do we want to get into the movie or like?
Yeah, I think eventually we should get into the movie.
At some point we should. I like how this movie starts out. Like, the intro itself is a little artsy. Speaking of things, like, it's not a time lapse, but it's like, it almost looks like the words are made out of paint or something. Like, I just kind of like how
Lady Boggs is a mixed media artist.
Yeah, I love the tone that it is setting because I'm like, oh, I'm an art. I love art. You know, I'm like,
do you identify with Lady?
I do. You know what? When you said, I think you're gonna like Laney before the makeover. Yeah, you were right. I was like, I don't know what this means. I don't know if this is good or bad. It's just... But I think she's perfect the way she is.
I do too. I also think, like, 2024 brain again, Lady would thrive nowadays.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Like, yeah, she would definitely have, like, a following on TikTok, doing her mixed media, or she'd be, I don't know, I think people would appreciate her a lot more now.
Yeah.
But in 1999, maybe they just wanted her to conform.
It was brave to be an artist like her. Really.
Except the artist didn't like her, which I'm sure we're going to get into that more.
Yeah, that was wild.
Too much hate. Too much hate thrown at Lady, even though she's a grieving 16.
I know. Give her a break, guys.
She does wear a falafel hat and work
She
at a
does.
falafel place.
Yeah.
But
She's a
a working
falafel
lady.
fairy, according to Usher.
yeah.
Because, which I think is wild. I don't know.
Is Usher a figment of
That's what
everyone's
I'm saying.
imagination?
Is he?
He's kind of giving a Puck Midsummer Night's Dream.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, he just kind of shows up whenever.
He teaches people dance routines
Mm-hmm.
mystically.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's his superpower.
it's truly.
Yeah.
But yeah, so once we meet Zach Seiler, played by Freddie Prinze Jr., and right off the bat, he gets dumped.
I know. It happens so fast.
And they do this really, really cool scene.
I
Shout
like
out to
that.
Robert Isco of it's like they're walking through her memory.
Yes, like they're standing right there, but they can see. Like, I love that, like, breaking of whatever wall that is.
Yeah.
It is really cool. However they edited that was great.
I know. So I don't believe this whole like editing in the was different in the 90s thing.
Yeah.
Because the way that they seamlessly, like, you know how even in movies today, there'll be like a flashback scene and it'll be like, boo, 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 boo. It'll be like a little thought bubble.
Yeah.
This doesn't do it. It like fully immerses you.
Yes.
Kind of theater style.
Yeah.
Like, you know, when you're in a play or a musical.
Yeah,
in
they're
the way they
standing
stage
there,
it.
and then like in the background is like what was like the memory that's
Yeah.
taking place, but the foreground is like the main
What's
characters.
going on.
Yeah,
And there, she's like walking Freddie Prinze Jr. through this like MTV spring break
forever.
and she meets and falls in love with Matthew Lillard's character.
As you do.
Brock Hampton. Or
Uh-huh.
Brock Hudson. Not
Yeah.
Brock Hampton.
I was like, wait, was it Hanson? Is it Brock Hanson? Is that Hanson obsession?
I want to blame it on like cold medicine, but I haven't taken any. This is just probably because I haven't. I'm like, Brock Hudson, which is like Rock Hudson. You know, I love the name.
Yeah.
But he's like the douchebag character on The Real World.
Right. Which, did you ever watch The Real World? Okay.
Never seen
No.
an episode in my
Same.
life.
Never. I have no, yeah. It was celebrities though, I thought. No? Or no, some of it, there's a celebrity version of it.
There is, but the reason, because I like love the 90s, based on my research, The Real World started in the early 90s, and it was so revolutionary because it was a bunch of real people.
Oh,
And-
that's why it's The Real World. Yeah, that makes sense.
And it was like before Big Brother. It doesn't show them 24/7, but it's a show about regular young people living their regular lives just in one house.
Right.
You know, and how they
interact with each other. Yeah.
So
That makes sense. That's a great concept, I suppose. Yeah.
revolutionary at the time. And
Yeah.
apparently Matthew Lillard's character, Brock Hudson, is based on Puck from The Real World.
Oh, another Midsummer.
Yeah, I know, right?
Everything goes back to Shakespeare. We were talking about this the other day. I don't know.
The 90s and Shakespeare, man.
Yeah.
Or Harvey Weinstein, because everything like mirror mat. I don't know.
Yeah, the sword fight. It's all connecting now.
But yeah, what was I gonna say? Dude, I love the bits in this movie.
Yeah.
Like, I love the bit that Matthew Lillard is so obsessed with watching reruns of The Real World.
I love
So
his
good.
tattoo. It says me, like right underneath it. It's his face. Oh, it's the
So
best.
good.
When he points to his tattoo, like,
It's like me.
oh.
His dance routine at the prom, or is it at the party?
Yeah, at well, I guess it's Zach's party, right? He was great. I love how he's like, "This is my song. Get out of the way, everyone!" And no one is impressed. Like, everyone's just kind of like,
This is before the Napoleon Dynamite dance, but it is very like John Hyder's moves in Napoleon Dynamite are Matthew Lillard in this movie.
no, they are very Napoleon Dynamite. It's wild. I love it.
Have you heard of they did a remake on Netflix a couple years ago called He's All That with Addison Rae?
I saw, I've definitely scrolled past that, but I remember thinking, I haven't even seen She's All That, you know? But also, I'm like, Addison Rae, like, that's kind of weird, like a TikToker, right?
Yeah. Don't know. I don't really know why they would do that,
I don't
but
know. Matthew Lillard's in it, though, and Rachel Lee Cook.
he does.
right?
Matthew Lillard does the dance, apparently.
He does the dance again?
Apparently.
Oh, I
Which-
might see it just for that
yeah.
dance. But I do feel like in this movie, it's just so funny.
Truly.
Like the outfit he wears too. Like, I mean, is he gonna wear something as crazy?
I don't know. Oh my God. I had a Barbie growing up that was dressed like Matthew Lillard at the party scene.
Did you make her do the dance?
I wish.
Like playing Barbies, it's like you can recreate this movie.
If I would have seen it, I would have.
Yeah.
You know, I love his spirit figures. It does look like, you know, the choreographer in Bring It On? He definitely gives those vibes, like the spirit figures.
Yes. Yeah, for sure.
I'm into it.
I dig it. But yeah, so Taylor dumps Zach for Brock.
Then the bet happens,
Then
right?
the bet happens. Yeah, that's right.
So there's this scene early on in the movie when Freddie Prinze Jr. is trying to woo Rachel Lee Cook's Laney. And she takes him to her performance art.
Yes.
piece.
Oh, one of my favorite scenes, the hacky sack scene.
Yeah. How do you describe the hacky sack scene?
Like a fever dream and like a TED talk. I don't know. It's kind of, the more you watch it, the more sense it makes, you know? The first time I watched it, I was like, wow, this is hilarious. And then I was like, by the end of it, I was like, wait a minute, maybe there's some meaning behind this. And then I watched it again and I'm like, wow, this is art.
Great.
Like, bravo. This is raw. This is real. Like, you really can't keep that hacky sack up all the time. Like, it's gonna fall eventually. It's so true. I'm like, wow.
It's something on paper that sounds like a bad idea, and then in practice, it's actually good. I was very surprised by the hacky sack scene being as good.
Well, it was written by M. Night Shyamalan, which is also really wild to me that he wrote like certain scenes like for this movie. Like, what?
I fell down the rabbit hole about this.
You did?
Yes. So yeah, M. Night Shyamalan did some rewrites of the script.
Right.
Except it all depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
If you ask some people, like the director, the writer, they say he did some doctoring. Like, you know how back in the day Carrie Fisher would doctor scripts. You know, usually that goes uncredited. It's just kind of a thing that screenwriters do.
Yeah.
However, if you ask M. Night Shyamalan, he ghost wrote this movie.
Right. Did he ever do a whole tweet and erase it or something?
Yeah. Like, he is very adamant that he hates this movie, but that he also wrote this movie.
Is it because they changed it? They changed what he wrote? He wanted more wild scenes or something?
I guess so. I mean, okay. So apparently he did write the hacky sack scene. And he allegedly came up with a line, "Am I a fucking bet?"
I mean, that was a good line. I don't
know. I mean, I'm a little bit of a M. Night defender.
Yeah. No, I just watched what was the movie I just saw of his? It was like with Denzel Washington. What was it?
Man on Fire?
Yeah, it was Man on Fire.
He's in that movie?
Yeah, wait, who?
M. Night Shyamalan?
No, but he wrote it.
He did?
I thought so. Or he directed it. Maybe he didn't write it. Hold on.
I thought you were going to say like Signs or The Village or The Sixth Sense. You know, M. Night Shyamalan also wrote Stuart Little.
Watch me like just be making shit up. Watch me. I'm like, I've got them to see.
This is just a podcast of us gaslighting each other with like bad information, misinformation.
Yeah, wait, I might be wrong.
We're the InfoWars. Girly girl InfoWars.
Wait, I think I made a mistake. Yeah. No, wait. It's has nothing to do with M. Night Shyamalan. Unbreakable.
Yes.
That is nothing, and that's not Denzel at all. No, I'm thinking I watched too many movies. It was Unbreakable with what's his name? I can't think of anything right now.
Samuel L. Jackson.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson.
Bruce Willis.
Yeah, you've seen this movie?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, but that's M. Night Shyamalan, and that was there's some scenes. What I'm trying to say is sometimes you can tell when M. Night Shyamalan directs.
When he puts a stank on it?
He puts a stank on it because it gets a little weird. You know what I mean? You're like, whoa, what's happening?
He's known for the twist.
Yeah.
But She Saw That does not have a twist.
Yeah. Well, I feel like this is a real life twist. Freddie Prinze Jr. got a hacky sack coach just for that scene. He took his role very seriously. He said, if you want me to do this, I need to be coach.
I love that, man.
And he tried so hard. And even with all the coaching, he couldn't get the hacky sack right. And they had to cut up like a bunch of scenes just for that one scene to make it seem like one long scene with the hacky sack. And I just love that. I'm like,
I feel
relatable. Yeah.
Oh my God. I don't know if you remember this, but I did a play in college once where 6 months out, I had to learn how to juggle.
What? Yeah, what was that about?
Every single day I would go into the black box theater and be taught how to juggle. I would go home and I would learn how to juggle.
Yeah.
Guess who does not know how to juggle? Me. I never knew how to juggle. I couldn't get it. So I understand Freddie Prinze Jr.'s plight.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's
the
just
same.
something.
Yeah.
Can you
You and him
imagine
are-
if I tried to use my feet?
I know. I mean, have you tried to hacky sack?
Yeah, it's just...
It's hard. I mean,
They make it look so effortless, though.
yeah. I don't think I've ever really been able to grasp it. I mean, I need to coach, maybe that.
Truly.
No promises, though, I guess.
We'll see your result.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So in 2002, M. Night Shyamalan states that he polished the screenplay for She's All That while adapting Stuart Little and writing the spec script for The Sixth Sense. Then in 2013, Shyamalan claimed that rather than simply polishing Fleming's original script, he actually ghost wrote the film. And then Jack Lechner, who served as the head of Miramax in the late 90s, confirmed that technically both Shyamalan and Fleming contributed to the script.
Mm-hmm.
He says that Fleming wrote the initial script that was brought to Miramax, and Shyamalan did an uncredited rewrite, doing more than a polish.
Somewhere in between, yeah.
And that got the film greenlit.
Wow.
And he also reiterated that content from both writers was included in the final cut.
So we should have gotten some credit.
Yes.
That's still wild that this is the movie. You just wouldn't... Has he done any romantic comedies?
No.
You know what I mean? This seems like so out of his genre.
Truly. I mean, he's a talented man, though. He can write a script.
Yeah.
But I guess it's just not appropriate. It's kind of like back to Taylor Swift at the Grammys.
Mm-hmm.
It's like nothing she did was wrong.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit improper to come out and say that you wrote this film or ghostwrite. Like,
so you
after
don't think
the
it was
fact.
proper for M. Night Shyamalan? I thought you were defending him.
Well, I am personally. I just, from a writer's point of view, a screenwriter's point of view, apparently you're not supposed to, because that happens commonly in Hollywood.
Yeah, but is it right?
I don't
Shouldn't
know.
Credit be given where it's due?
That's true. However, if he was like no-named, if he was like daytime Shyamalan, like people would be like, that's inappropriate to say, and everyone would just be like, you crazy man, yeah, you ghost wrote,
I'm pretty sure that was the reaction, though. People didn't believe him, I don't think, right?
Yeah, but I think they would be, I don't know, that's a little bit of a different point, because M. Night Shyamalan, people like to discredit him anyways.
Yeah.
Not in 1999. In 1999, he could do no wrong. But now, or like a couple years ago, people did think he was just like a crazy man, because he had some movies that
didn't do well.
like The Happening happened. But
yeah,
I guess my point is, you're not supposed to really do that.
Yeah.
Whether it's right or not. I'm just saying, like, it's a little frowned upon.
Yeah.
But that's either here
But
or
I feel like people... Well, when did he tweet this, I wonder? Because, like, nowadays, I feel like a lot of things, like, we question that kind of thing. Like, should people be credited more for...
True. I think he did this in 2013 before.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. But,
It is
the
a good
2023
debate.
lens, or 24. I don't know what year we're in.
But also, okay, this adds to it, though, Brie.
Yeah.
Because producer Richard N. Gladstein said that the script was pretty much done already, and that Shyamalan's changes helped enormously with the relationship with Kevin Pollak's dad character.
Huh.
And then Iskov attributed that the performance art piece was Shyamalan. And then Fleming attributed the line to Am I a Fucking Bet to Shyamalan. But Fleming included all the pop culture references and named Laney Boggs after Winona.
Yeah, so Fleming did the majority, but they kept some of Shyamalan's work in there, sprinkled in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe M. Night has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, but
Yeah.
is it wrong? No.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a little intense about it.
Yeah.
That he
well,
wrote.
that
She's All
hacky
That.
sack scene, I mean, is life-changing.
Truly. He's like, don't get it twisted. I wrote She's All That and Stuart Little, bitch.
Yeah. Wait, I still am not over the Stuart Little. That's hard to believe. I mean, I need to watch Stuart Little again, though. Like, because that does
True.
seem like a fever dream in itself. Like, the whole situation. of that film.
We
like,
loved that movie as
we
kids.
did. Yeah, as a kid, I was like all about. I'm like, yes, fuck that kid. You know, take care of that mouse instead. Like
Justice for Jonathan Lipnicki. Where is he nowadays?
yeah, true. Where is he?
Anyways.
So anyways, back to the movie.
Yeah.
That's wild though about M. Night Shyamalan.
It's a crazy story. I don't understand M. Night Shyamalan's desire to make it so known that he wrote She's All That.
Yeah.
But I love the lore. Maybe he just really loves a twist in real life too. He's like, but guys,
This is a twist you're never gonna believe.
It was me. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that's what it is. I like to think that, yeah.
Post the happening, he was like, guys, I have another twist I think you're gonna like a little more. I wrote She's All That. Oh, we've talked 45 minutes, Brie. We haven't talked about the iconic scene.
Which one? There's so many.
Lady
No, I'm just kidding.
Boggs, get your cute butt down here. The makeover scene. Arguably the main scene.
Yeah.
It's what put this movie on the map.
Yeah.
Arguably.
This is when he brings over the boys. Okay, yeah.
And then he brings out his sister Anna Paquin to give her a makeover.
Yes. I love how Anna Paquin just insults her eyebrows. She's like, have you ever watched Sesame Street? You know, Bert. And I was like, oh snap, she just called her Bert with a unibrow. Oh.
Which there is definitely like an anatomy of a makeover scene.
Yes. Yes, let's break it down.
It's always eyebrows.
The eyebrows. Gotta pluck them.
I'm gonna name him Groucho and Frida, or whatever he says in Princess Diaries.
Yes. Miss Congeniality, too. Her eyebrows.
Miss Congeniality is arguably like where this trope becomes problematic because they talk about like her getting a bikini wax. And making like jokes about her body hair, which is weird.
Yeah, they didn't go that far in this movie. Thank goodness.
Truly not. But yeah.
I was really worried. Okay, because I've seen so many movies like this, I did think it was going to be a little more heavy-handed with the makeover scene. And I was a little relieved, I guess.
Yeah, well, I was talking to you before. I did a whole deep dive. I've read a couple college papers.
Yeah, you were telling me.
On just the ugly duckling trope and how it's dangerous to young girls' mental health.
Right, because it's like something's wrong with you. Like, take those glasses off. Like, what is it? He says something to her, too, about like,
your eyes are so pretty.
Yeah.
You know.
Why don't you wear contacts or something?
Which, you know, okay. In this movie, it's not that bad. It's
not that bad in this movie, yeah. I think he's also just trying to compliment her.
Yeah.
But, you know, he's got the bet he's trying to fulfill.
Also, I think with Zach, to make Lady or any girl popular, okay, since he's the most popular guy in school, if you're seen with him at the party, your social like ranking goes way up anyways. Now, if you just do what they're doing in this movie is a little like looks maxing today, because basically, when Anna Paquin gives Rachel Lee Cook the makeover, she plucks her eyebrows. She says, you know, your hair doesn't really fit your like beautiful heart-shaped face. Cut it into a bob, which does look better on her face shape.
Yeah.
And then she wears things in her color season. Rachel Lee Cook's a winter, so she's wearing that like cherry red.
Point. Yeah.
And wearing the blacks as opposed to like the yellows and like that weird browny green color.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I do love a look good browny green. I'm wearing like this weird like chartreusey color.
But you're in autumn.
Yeah, that's true.
So
yeah,
you're in your.
I am in my
color palette.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this was very like tame. I know it's like this movie's like shorthand for a movie makeover, but it's different in other films.
Yeah. Do you like the movie makeover? Like, do you have mixed feelings?
My favorite part of any film, even if they don't execute it well, I love a good movie makeover.
Yeah.
I love the idea of, you know, I love the ridiculous of it. To go back to this one, really, she just has a little glow up and she takes off her glasses and people are like, oh my God. And it's more about, you know, your inner beauty and opening yourself up to be seen.
Yeah, that's always what it ends up being at the end of the day anyways, it seems.
And I understand it's also a writing, it's like a film like shorthand for a transformation within because it happens outwardly.
Yeah, you have to show it somehow, and a way to show it is visually.
Truly. I think okay. doing a lot of research on it,
Yeah.
I do understand. So when you talk about the ugly duckling trope, you're talking about malleable beauty.
Right.
So you're talking about, everything that you can change, you can tweak, which I feel like is very insidious because, and I don't, and I feel really bad for little kids who are growing up now, who are on TikTok even, because, I was just thinking today, like, people are giving like so much advice on glowing up, being your like main character, but it's everyday people. At least with the movie montage, you can kind of have a separation and be like, oh, this is on screen. This is, the shorthand for inner transformation. It feeds a story. It's a little different.
Right.
But when you're constantly, as a young woman, being told you need to change this, you need to tweak this.
Yeah.
You need to just be a little skinnier. You just need to have less body hair, but more of this and less of that. It is such a plaguing thing that destroys your mental health, and it's also a thing that only females deal with. Yeah,
like nothing is just right. You have to change something about yourself, or like a bunch of little things. Yeah,
that make you worthy. So no matter what, like, I love a movie makeover scene, but no matter what, I understand the ramifications, and I understand how it's affected me. Like, I've been sick, and truly, like, I feel like I'm like Emily from The Devil Wears Prada all the time. When people are like, oh my god, I think you've lost weight. And I'm like, yeah, I'm only one stomach flu away from my goal weight.
Oh, no.
And like, I do realize the downsides to being in love with this movie trope.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like, I kind of have a love-hate relationship. Like, I'm like, on one hand, I'm like, I get that there needs to be a way to show a transformation, but you're right. Like, we don't see that a lot, like, with males, like, transforming all of a sudden, like, into something to impress. You know what I mean? Like, you really don't see that. It's always, like, a female, like the ugly duckling thing. I'm sure there are some cases, but you just don't see it as much. Like, I can't think of anything off the top of my head right now, but I can think of tons of movies where it's, like, the girl goes through, like, some type of transformation. And sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it's, like when you think about The Princess Diaries, like, one of my favorite scenes is the transformation because it's so, it is a little over the top, and it's so, it's also like the, I think, cast of characters too.
Yeah.
And like how they do it. Like, it's really fun.
Well, Gary Marshall can create a movie makeover scene with tact.
Yeah. Which he also did Pretty Woman, which they reference in this movie a couple of times. Or like, I think the red dress is supposed to be a reference, the one that she wears when she comes down the stairs.
Yes.
And then at the end of the movie, I guess she's like, I feel like Pretty Woman, except without being a hooker, I think is what she said.
Which Gary Marshall's the GOAT when it comes to rom-coms and ugly duckling.
I do wonder how he would have written She's All That,
Oh my god. This movie is great.
Yeah, I do like this movie.
But can you imagine if Gary Marshall directed it?
Yeah.
Woo!
Probably a lot more tunes. I thought the soundtrack would be a little more poppin'. Like, there are some good ones. Like, Kiss Me, Sixpence None the Richer is a moment.
Is this the greatest needle drop in movie history?
It might be. Which, was this the first time they used that movie, this song in that movie?
This Kiss Me.
This started it? Because
this is what put Kiss Me on the map. Oh my god. Can we talk about it? Oh, did you have more to say before we get into Kiss Me on that?
Just, I don't know. Like, I have mixed feelings, I guess, on the trope. Because I'm kind of with you. Like, I love to see it. Like, sometimes it's really fun. But then, like, if you think about it too seriously, it's like, wait a minute, does this have an effect on me? Or like others? Like, what is it like a subconscious maybe effect? Like, because like I even think just now, like sometimes with glasses, like I think it could be too just relying on glasses to be such, I don't know why that whole Clark Kent Superman trope, like that is so heavy. Like, I don't know if there's another creative way to make, because like a lot of people wear glasses. A lot of people can't help it. A lot of people don't have the like 20/20 vision. You know what I mean? And yes, contacts exist, but like I'm with Laney.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to put things in my eyes.
Truly.
Like
it's actually really shitty.
And sometimes glasses, some people look so good with glasses. Like, glasses can complement your face, and you'd be like, oh, she's got glasses, and they, like, you can be expressive. Like,
Yeah.
Glasses aren't all bad and boring. Like, I think there was maybe a time in history, maybe in like the 80s. No, but like 80s glasses. You know, when people had like the big.
Oh, they're
kind of a vibe. They can be, but like they're also kind of a little much sometimes.
Like a Coke bottle glasses. But Brie, the really shitty thing is I know how people treat me and look at me if I'm talking to a guy. Mm-hmm. Like, I've seen it before, multiple times before. If I go out with my glasses on, I get treated differently. If I get, when I take my glasses off, guys give me way more attention. I get, you look so beautiful, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's actually a thing.
Do glasses also, do people think you're smarter with glasses or less? Like, do you think that affects anything? Like, how you're perceived? Like, I don't know. Do guys want dumber girls as well? Like, can you not be smart and not wear glasses? Well, like, do you have to wear glasses to be smart? Like, you know, I don't know. There's a lot that goes in my mind with this kind of thing.
Well, they say that if you're a young woman in the workplace and you want to be respected by your female coworkers, you should wear glasses.
Yeah.
And you'll be taken more seriously.
Yeah.
Women can't win. We're still in 2024.
I know. Yeah.
Catch a break. So that's why I can't fault She's All That. It's playing into these tropes, but it's doing so in a delicate way. Mm-hmm. And not even like a delicate way, like it's pandering or it's like trying to be like quote unquote woke. It just is. It knows what film it is, but it's not like being shitty. Like, I think Miss Congeniality, as much as I love that film, that makeover scene is so hard to watch.
I don't like, it's hard to watch them go. It's hard to watch them honestly pick someone to go on the mission in the beginning, like, because they're looking at women's body. Like, it's very, I cringe now when I watch it because I'm like, I don't know.
The way
it was weird.
They talk to Sandra Bullock's character is so like, evil.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
All Anna Paquin says
is you look like Bert.
She look like Bert. Like that.
No, that was hilarious. I loved that. Like,
Yeah.
That was funny. Which I'm like, honestly though, let those eyebrows grow together. Be like Frida Kahlo, you know?
Yeah.
She's an artist.
Truly.
Just go for it.
Also, Selma Hayek played her in a movie, so you could be an artist and have a unibrow and be hot.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, we know this now, but I guess not at the time.
Well, Harvey, well, that's a little layer talking about Selma Hayek as Frida.
Yeah. Wait, that was Miramax too, wasn't it?
Harvey Weinstein, when he was looking through She's All That, was like, mention about the unibrow, because I hate that. And a couple years later, I'm going to bully the hell out of Selma Hayek about her and Frida.
Ridiculousness.
Anyways. Sorry to be like, let's bring down the party and talk about some serious issues.
I know, right?
Yeah, Sixpence None the Richer's Kiss Me is the best needle drop of all time.
Definitely. No, I love that in any movie.
What is it about that song that just elicits?
I think it's like how the beginning starts. It's like, you know, it's just like dreamy. And it's, I don't know, the way they sing it is, you feel like it literally, like when I hear that song, I just picture like a rom-com unfolding. Like, it's just, I think it's the way they like describe things, like a milky twilight
on the moonlit floor.
Yeah.
Silver moon sparkling.
It's like the feelings you get when you're like in love and, you know, you're just,
oh my God, I would listen to this song as a little kid all the time and be like, this is what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
I still think that.
I think it's accurate. Yeah.
I think so too.
It holds up. Like,
that song also just, it's timeless. Which I don't know a lot about Sixpence None the Richer, but I know they're a Christian rock band.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I know. It's funny. I know this song so well, but I know nothing about them.
I love a couple years ago, SZA did a little cover, like in a live performance of this song.
Ooh.
It was really rad.
I thought that was good. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I don't know. This song and Why Can't I by Liz Phair perfectly encapsulate falling in love.
Both of them. Yeah. Back to back.
Oh my God. My playlist.
Yeah.
My wedding playlist.
I know. I've started a playlist that I want to put that on, but.
What's your playlist called?
Something like about living in a rom-com.
What is on this playlist?
Well, right now, if you really want to know.
I really want to know.
It's only 2 songs, I think. Got to Be Real.
Ooh.
And I don't know why I Will Survive is on there, but that, I think because that was in something. But like I wanted to put those other 2 songs that we, you know,
I'm in love.
Yeah.
Why can't I?
And then I'll probably put on like whatever my best friend's wedding, like that song,
which I say a little prayer.
Say a little prayer.
The reggae version?
Probably not that one. That doesn't give me the. I do appreciate a good reggae cover, but I don't know if that makes me feel like I'm in a rom-com. I just want to put movies that make me feel like I'm in a rom-com.
Yes.
Yes. Just like live that fantasy.
Well, Kiss Me's number one.
Yeah, it's got to be number one.
Best of My Love.
Yeah, that's gonna be on there. You get it.
Oh yeah, a little Nancy Myers, a little early 2000s rom-com.
Exactly. Yeah, a specific time. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wish I could think of more right now.
I know. I'm trying to think of any other like just scenes that stood out.
It's not a scene, but I do love Kieran Culkin as the little brother,
and
I love they never mentioned it in a story capacity or like why, but I love that his character has hearing aids.
Yeah.
I don't think this was intentional, and it's not supposed to say anything. I just assume that it just got written out of the script. But I do think it would be really cool being a kid who had to use hearing aids, and no one mentions it. No one's like, this is a defect of Kieran Culkin's character. But just seeing a kid with hearing aids is kind of dope, and that they don't mention it.
Yeah, maybe it's cooler that they don't.
I think it is kind of cool, because if I was
like
a kid,
normal.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, yeah, he's got hearing aids, so what?
No, I think that's a cool little representation that we don't get to see. Even though I don't think it's intentional, I think it's cool.
Oh, I agree. I do think it's cool.
Yeah. I love Kevin Pollak as the dad. I love his bit of talking to the TV of Jeopardy, getting all the answers wrong.
It's so relatable. I'm like, dang it, this is me. And then you get the one right, and you're like, did anyone see that?
I'm so smart.
I'm smart.
Boy genius.
Boy genius. It's me. I really like that there was like a beatboxing freestyle like rap moment.
She's all that.
And they actually said she's all that. Like, I love that scene was fire.
Which it was apparently improvised.
Was it really?
Originally, I heard that they were just freestyle rapping, and then the director's like, we should put that in. And they did a little rap.
Oh, that's cute. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
She's all that.
I thought that was for her. That's cool. Yeah.
Why do you think this movie's called She's All That?
Clearly because of that rap. Definitely. Did they ever say it again in the movie? I don't think they did. It's one of those movies where it takes like it. I like when movies mention the title though at some point, because I think it's cheeky.
It's a little nod. It's funny.
Yeah, it's a little nod.
In the 90s, did people say she's all that? Maybe she's all that
in a bag of chips. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, there was like some phrase. What else did they say? Like wiggin' or wig. Wig, it means something else now, but like, wig. You know, when you're wigging, when you wig out.
Oh, when you wig out, yeah.
What was the question?
Why is it called She's All That?
Oh, yeah. Well, she should be. See, that's what I'm saying. Like, without watching this movie, my general thought impression alone of just like from the poster, I was like, oh, she must be all that in a bag of chips. But like, I don't know, because she's not really.
She turns into all that.
All that, yeah, in a way, yeah, she does. She doesn't think to be all that. Do you have to think you're all that?
Oh, I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Or
what is
can
all
you just
that?
Embody being all that.
And what is all that?
I thought it meant like she's the coolest.
Oh yeah.
Because at the end, you know, we did kind of breeze over. Well, because to be honest,
yeah, I feel like we breezed over a lot. But
the prom scene where they do Rockefeller skank, and she finds out it's a bet, and she goes to the prom with Paul Walker, and he's really shitty to her.
Yeah,
and she realizes she's in love with Zach, and Zach's in love with her. I think like after that, the movie's like really great, but I do feel like after that, I think I just spent so much time like wanting her and Zach to end up together.
Yeah,
that until they end up together, I just am kind of like, oh yeah, Paul Walker, it's mean. We know this. She'll find out, and then her and Zach could be together. So I just, in my mind, I like mentally fast forward.
You mentally, yeah. No, I feel you. It seems like to be. I feel like the main thing in that is like Rockefeller skank, like the dance scene. Anyways, like that's what stands out to me. You know, just which I got to thinking.
Uh-huh.
Did like the Wednesday dance? Did they rip that off? It looks like almost exact, especially in the beginning, at least, like for the first 10 or so moves. I'm like, wait, did this and then this? There's this? And does she do a robot?
Good. A lot of like 1960s like hand. Like,
movements. But the way it progressed was very similar. I haven't watched a side by side. I don't know if anyone's created one, but like I'm like I need to get to work later, like just to. I want to fully analyze. Yeah, I'm like this movie. I do feel like it influenced a lot. Like I can definitely tell.
I know the influence. I know the impact. I know the vibes.
Yeah, it looks great. I really do feel like it looks like it's filmed. Like it could have been filmed yesterday. Like the quality is like
so good.
Yeah,
I don't know. But she's all that's the blueprint,
and I think Laney was ahead of her time a bit.
Truly. I think it was just a weird era because, Winona Ryder ruled the early 90s. Mm-hmm. And then, like, we got a little more normie in society. Yeah. And, like, I want to see another, like, Winona Ryder / Rachel E. Cook incarnate. Will that be Jenna Ortega? Who's to say? I think she's going to be in Beetlejuice 2 with Winona Ryder.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah. Which is supposed to be coming out this year.
Oh, cool. So. She kind of looks like she could be like similar, like a similar character. She's into like the dark, like goth stuff. I don't know. That's how I categorize her. I don't know. I'm like, she was Wednesday. She was the Scream girl. She's pale. She's got bangs. She could be. What is that name? What is her name? Hold on. Oh, Lydia D. She looks like. I bet she could pull off like a Lydia type role.
Oh, I guess. She is going to be. Jenna Ortega is going to be Lydia's daughter.
Oh, okay.
Monica Bellucci's going to be Beetlejuice's wife?
Oh, wow.
What? Good for her. Well, any other thoughts to wrap up She's All That?
I don't know. I really enjoyed this movie. That pizza scene was a little weird.
Oh, the puby pizza?
I feel like I fast forward over that mentally,
Yeah, I really don't like seeing Kieran Culkin get made fun of, so mentally I erase that scene.
Yeah, that hurts. Yeah. But, I don't know. I think the cast really, for me, like from the get-go, like just from the opening credits, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna like this movie. Like I just could tell.
Yeah. No, it's star-studded. It's amazing.
Yeah.
She's all that's great. I'm really glad that this movie that's really like defined me as a person is like pulled up.
Yeah. No, I'm glad I finally watched this movie. I just can't believe it took me so long.
No. Welcome to the party.
Yeah. I feel like so much makes sense now. Like so many movies. I'm like, oh, She's All That. Like it really is the blueprint.
It walked. So Princess Diaries, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Yeah.
I don't know. All these.
Literally so many.
Gems.
I think Twilight.
Twilight.
It's my theory.
Oh, you know what? I will hot take. She's All That's like the good version of Twilight.
Yeah, no, it's way better. Twilight is not that good.
No. I wish.
Yeah.
I want to like Twilight.
It's a better still a better love story than Twilight.
Yes. Not as good of a soundtrack though. I'll give Twilight the soundtrack.
Yeah. Yeah, I do wish there were more bops.
But we did get Kiss Me.
Yeah, that was a big one.
And I did like, they play this like one song, I think it's called Sugar, that's in Passport to Paris.
Oh.
It's like, sugar, sugar. I don't know. I like always think about it when I think about like 90s movies.
Yeah.
And it's in it. I don't know. It's not like it's not Decode by Paramore, but
No, like the soundtrack isn't bad or anything. It's just,
There's one song by Liz Phair that I don't particularly like.
Yeah. I feel like it's a lot of songs I'm like not that familiar with. Yeah. Like, but it does have a couple big ones, so that makes up for it.
Truly. And it has Rockefeller Skank.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, yeah.
So, is that the trope card? Just put Fatboy Slim?
I think that definitely, that if that scene wasn't in the movie, it wouldn't be as good, I think.
It's so crazy. Like, She's All That, like, has all these tropey things that and like, dance sequences and breaking of the fourth wall, like, I would hate, typically. Just something about it. Like, this movie rocks. Whoa. How would you rate She's All That?
I'm thinking. Because, like, I want to give it a 5. I don't know. The only thing stopping me, I'm like, that pizza scene was just so... I don't know if that was, like... If that should have been in there. It just...
Yeah, it's like Harvey Weinstein didn't want a dance sequence, but totally was like, let's have some pubes on pizza.
Yeah, just like the... Like, why?
Also, Kieran Culkin's character looks like he's about 10. Why is he in high school?
Why is he there? Why is he putting pepper on everyone's food? Why is he wearing roller skates?
I'm not pro-bullying, but I understand why he's bullied.
Yeah. Yeah. He's a little too excited about ground pepper.
Also, why will Laney's boy best friend, why won't she say she's kissable? Like, what's his problem? You know, when she's like, would you kiss me? And he's like, meh.
Maybe he just means like how she pushes people away a little.
I don't know. I think he's straight tripping boo.
Yeah, he is tripping a little. Yeah, he's a little too quick to be like, hang out with your stalker. No.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I do feel like there is a little bit of that element there, but.
Yeah, I feel like with the friend, like, she doesn't have a lot of real friends. Because yeah, you're right. As the friend, you'd be like, oh my God, yeah, you're kissable. Like, you're perfect just the way you are. And he's like, I think you need to change everything about yourself.
You're right. That's a good point. You'd be like, yeah, that guy's looking to have you. Not like, yeah, you should get your shit together. He's the most popular guy in school.
Bad friend.
I'd be like, well, why don't you go kiss him? You know?
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, maybe like a 4.9 out of 5. How about you?
I give 4 out of 5 hacky sacks. Or 4.5 Usher's DJing.
Okay.
Or bob haircuts.
Ooh.
Falafel hats.
Falafel hat. I loved the falafel hat, actually. Like, I was like, wow, I'd rock that. Well, thank you guys for listening. Rate and review us on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen to podcasts.
And we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye.